Hello everyone, my name is Imad Ayat. I'd like to share my vision of emerging technologies in education. I'm going to talk about my vision through this slides here, and I'll start with the e-learning. Next slide. I like e-learning. E-learning was my favorite tools and platform since I started my master's degree at the University of Florida. I did a Master of Medicinal Chemistry through a distance learning program, and that was the beginning of the distance learning programs and platform in general. So e-learning with the tools that we use, or the platform we use, and since then I loved it and I felt this is going to be the future of education. And 2010, 11 years from now, here we are. E-learning is a big thing, and I'm doing e-learning again, utilizing so much more advanced platform. The future vision of education, as I said, will be distant learning, and electronic learning platform will be one of the major or main platform. And most of the education in the future will mostly depend on the cost, the efficiency, and the convenience, of course, in addition to the self-motivation. As we see with the pandemic, distant learning become a major part of education process, and I think the post-pandemic era will remain and even advance more. The emerging technologies such as virtual reality, augmented reality, educational gaming, or mixed reality, and many more, possibly newer one will develop in the future, and those will be essential part in the education process for illustration and clarification of complex scientific material. Also, the best part of distance learning and e-learning, and that's why I believe it's going to be the future of education. You can learn from anywhere, a student can learn from anywhere, and will be able to join educational institutions, reputable organization of their choice from any part of the world, and this is not available with the conventional classroom or conventional education. I'll go into more details about the e-learning as my future vision. And as I said, will be one of the main platform for education in the future. And there's more platform will be designed utilizing e-learning, and we'll see a lot of tools will be developed, and technology, of course, will be implemented as part of the education process. The rules and regulation that hinder the utilization of certain technology and mobile devices now in certain institutions or organization will be changed, and will have new rules that will accommodate the changes and advancement in the technology. The learning theories and models that we currently have, I believe most of the future design will still utilizing some of the models such as the ARC models of killers. Attention, relevance, confidence, and satisfaction has to be main tools and of course motivation of learning and knowledge in general has to perceive to imply some meaning to our actions, and the information will definitely has to have a meaning to the learner, to the learners, or to the future learners, and those aligned with the constructivism theory and situated learning theory as well. And of course will be possibly new models and theories in the future. Some of the massive online courses that we see now are example of the online courses that we'll probably see more of it in the future. Those are already existed. Some reputable organizations start to develop and offer some of these courses, and the reason they expanding because they are providing flexibility and affordability for people to learn new skills from all these reputable organizations. Some obstacles, of course, has to come with everything of our lives, but always there are solutions. Some of the obstacles for the e-learning will be the availability of technology in remote areas. Some remote areas do not have, for example, internet access, or do not have any of the technology tools like virtual reality and augmented reality tools. But in the future, and actually currently, some companies are working on providing internet through their satellite, so that will be available to everybody in each corner of the planet. Current rules and regulation that prohibit the utilization of certain devices or certain method of communication and training, I'm very sure in the future will be changed and accommodate that. For example, in healthcare career, the certain mobile device are not allowed for communication and learning because of the HIPAA Health Information Protective Act, and also some schools do not allow some devices like mobile phones and so on. But those regulations will be changed in the future to accommodate the change in the technology and the learning process. Also, the assessment and evaluation for certain or specific certificate and degrees, and the concern of having this examination in certain examination or testing centers for the serious and importance of certain degrees. And again, the shortage of the developers for the educational designs, and to be able to develop multiple platforms for multiple subjects of educations. But again, the solution, of course, will have some internet access through the satellite. Rules and regulation, as I said, will be changed. District center can be a solution for the evaluation and assessment for a specific certificate. And I think the instructional design and developers will be one of the important future career because of the advancement of the educational platform in the future. Some example that I'd like to share with you guys for my future vision courses that I actually developed for nuclear medicine and nuclear pharmacy, utilizing the e-learning and also utilizing some of the technology tools to illustrate and clarify certain disease disorders for physician, pharmacist, patient, and surgeon and decision maker to be able to understand what are the disorders and be able to take decisions. The nuclear medicine and pharmacy perspective, of course, this is the one I'd like to share with you guys. I have some other courses, but this is the one I'd like to share for now. I got this picture here just to part of the illustration and part of the technology, just to show like with utilizing certain technology, we'll be able to actually visualize the problem and how the drug work and the treatment process of care. So this device, if somebody, for example, this guy has prostate cancer, and there's a way to treat it in nuclear medicine, utilizing something called brachytherapy, where we put a small device, has some radioactive material that goes inside through a small incision and kill the cancer. This illustration actually provided to a patient to educate them so they'll understand disease state, and if decided to go through the treatment or the process, to be able to understand how this process works. Those are some of the radiopharmaceuticals that used for certain disorders, and this is part of the e-learning course, and my course based on PowerPoint, but I'm very sure in the future I'll be able to utilize some advanced tools. Those are some of the imaging of the heart disorders, and utilizing the tools such as augmented reality or virtual reality will actually enhance and help more understanding of this disorders. And this particular disorders, for this image, the diagnosis, understand the diagnosis, it's like a difference between life and death. There's two disorders here, one of them called ischemia, the other one called myocardial infarction. This is the only way to distinguish between these two different disorders. And again, if somebody has ischemia, they have to go to the hospital right away and do surgery, otherwise the patient will die. That's how important visualization, utilizing of technology and understanding of the imaging for the life of patients sometimes. Those are some images of the brain, and the red part shows the disorders, and also utilizing the technology and some of the emerging technology tools. Patient and physician will be able, and student will be able to understand where is the disorders and how to manage it. This one is called the whole body scan, where utilizing the technology will be able to visualize the whole body and see if there's a cancer spread in the body. We'll know where the cancer is, whether or not spread, and if it's spread, where's the part that the cancer is spreading to, and we'll be able to treat it, and the patient will be able to take decision, or patient family. So again, those tools are very important in educating people, physician, patient, to take a decision that could save their lives. And again, emerging technology are integral part in education training process, and will be essential part in the future as well. E-learning are here to stay. Will be more platform in the future, more advanced platform, utilizing more advanced tools as well. Emerging technology will be developed even more, and will give us more understanding about lots of different mysteries around us that probably conventional education